Hello friends, this is teacher JB. We're going to study English through American short stories. And today we are going to read the first part of The Gift of the Magi. The Gift of the Magi was written by O. Henry, and we are going to read the first part of it. Before we read the story, we need to study some information. The first one is the Queen of Sheba. She is a character that appears in the Hebrew Bible. She brought a lot of gifts for King Solomon of Israel, and gave them all to him in exchange for answers to some riddles. And there are some words we need to know. The first one, rare. Rare. Rare is an adjective. It is only one syllable. It means not common or frequent, very unusual. Rare. The next one, earn. Earn. Earn is a verb. It has only one syllable, and it means to receive money as payment for work that you do. Earn. The next one, waterfall. Waterfall. Waterfall is a noun. It has three syllables. Waterfall. Accent on the first syllable. Waterfall. Waterfall is a water, especially from a river or stream, dropping from a higher to a lower point, sometimes from a great height. The last one, madam. Madam. Madam is a noun and it's a title for a woman, especially a married woman from France. Madam. Rare, earn, downfall, madam. Now let us read the story.
$1.87. That was all. And 60 cents of it in the smallest pieces of money. Pennies. Pennies saved 1 and 2 at a time by negotiating with the men at the market who sold vegetables and meat. Negotiating until one's face burned with the silent knowledge of being poor. 3 times Della counted it. $1.87. And the next day would be Christmas. There was clearly nothing to do but sit down and cry, so Della cried, which led to the thought that life is made up of little cries and smiles, with more little cries than smiles. Della finished her crying, dried her face. She stood by the window and looked out, unhappily, at a gray cat walking along a gray fence in a gray backyard. Tomorrow would be Christmas Day, and she had only $1.87 to buy her husband Jim a gift. She had been saving every penny she could for months, with this result. Jim earned $20 a week, which does not go far. Expenses had been greater than she had expected. They always are. Many a happy hour she had spent planning to buy something nice for him, something fine and rare, something close to being worthy of the honor of belonging to Jim. There was a tall glass mirror between the windows of the room. Suddenly Della turned from the window and stood before the glass mirror and looked at herself. Her eyes were shining, but her face had lost its color within 20 seconds. Quickly she pulled down her hair and let it fall to its full length. Now, Mr. and Mrs. James Dillingham Young had 2 possessions which they valued. One was Jim's gold timepiece, the watch that had been his father's and his grandfather's. The other was Della's hair. Had the Queen of Sheba lived in their building, Della would have let her hair hang out the window to dry, just to reduce the value of the Queen's jewels. So now Della's beautiful hair fell about her, shining like a brown waterfall. It reached below her knees and made itself almost like a covering for her. And then quickly she put it up again. She stood still while a few tears fell on the floor. She put on her coat and her old brown hat. With a quick motion and brightness still in her eyes, she danced out the door and down the street. Where she stopped, the sign read, Madame Hair goods of all kinds. Della ran up the steps to the shop, out of breath. "Will you buy my hair?" asked Della. "I buy hair," said Madame. "Take your hat off, and let us have a look at it." Down came the beautiful brown waterfall of hair.
Okay, friends, this is the conclusion of today's story. I will come back to you with another part of the story as soon as possible. Until then, keep studying English and have a great day. Bye.